Hello everybody, Stephen Howson here with Tony Park, Manchester United youth historian and author, and today we are going to talk about RoShaun Williams. Tell the people about this special centre-half that we've got at the club.
This lad makes me laugh. The first time I saw him, he was probably about 15 or 16 years old, and if anyone's got the most unbelievable confidence, it's this thing. This lad just talks all the time on a football pitch, and I'm a big believer that, you know, a captain needs to be a communicator. And one of the things I've often been critical of at our youth level and under 21 level is sometimes a lot of our players are very quiet. And I know that's part of the culture of the club. The coaches instill it into the lads not to argue with the referees, not to be bawling and shouting, and that's fine. But this lad here is just so full of confidence about wanting the ball, giving people positions. And I saw him the other night, 16, 17-year-old, well, he's 18 now, you know, telling senior guys where to move to, who to give the ball to. And I love that most about him. From a footballing perspective, he's quick, he's strong. He's, well, we know his record, having beaten Darren Campbell's 100-metre record at school level.
Quick is a little bit of an underestimate.
So he's got that capability to get himself out of trouble if he loses the ball at all or gets positionally out of depth. But the other thing about him is his physique is growing. I've noticed that in the last 6 to 12 months, he just seems to be getting stronger and stronger and stronger. He still lacks experience. A lot of what he does is still raw, but you'd expect that from a young guy who, for a long, you know, he's going to have a long time in the under-21s. He's still only 18 years old, or 17, 18 years old. So, you know, he is raw and that's natural. But he could turn into something very special.
I absolutely agree, and we've had Fosu Mensah, Tuan Zebe and RoShaun have all sort of rotated through, and we've had 2 out of those 3 playing centre-half for the majority of the season, really, in the under-21s. He is a first-year under-18 apprentice, and he's got 5 years left at the under-21 level. He's absolutely rapid, as you said. He's so composed on the ball. Now, do you see him, like we've asked with all of them, do you see him staying at the club to develop, or do you think it's time he went on loan and got some experience?
I actually, with RoShaun, I would like to see him play right back. I think that a lot of centre-halves can develop into really good fullbacks. And you know, Cameron Borthwick-Jackson's an example. He was a centre-half at the club, and he was pushed to left fullback because the other centre-halves who were playing, Tom Thorpe and 1 or 2 others. So he got put out of position because of the lads who were in those roles to start with. I think I would love to see him play as a right back. As you say, you've got Tuan Zebe, you've got others lads who are coming through who can play the centre-half role. I'm not saying RoShaun's not a centre-half, he is. But with the right back being such an issue for the club, I think that if he could get a really good run there and develop that position as his own, I think he could be a right back for our club for a very long time. Centre-half, way too soon to tell. I think playing centre-half for Manchester United is a big thing. If you look at the likes of the very great centre-halves we've had going all the way back, the Martin Buckens, the Gary Pallisters, the Steve Bruces, the Ronnie Johnsons, the Jaap Stams, Pallister, Vidic and Ferdinand, they were a different quality altogether. So I think if you're starting to compare him as a really good centre-half, that's the level you're talking about. Is he showing that class yet? I'm not so sure. He's still too young to show. But right back, I don't know, just watch this space.
That's a really interesting shout, actually. I'd never considered moving him to right back to see, but he's obviously got the pace, he's obviously got the fitness. Whether he's got the crossing or and that sort of nous, I don't know, but that's a really interesting shout. I wouldn't mind seeing that myself. I'm sure the way Warren Joyce and McGuinness like to move it around, I'm sure with every chance we will see that soon. So if you've been watching the under-18s, the under-21s, and you like the look of RoShaun Williams, stick it in the comments what you think about him. He's got a long way to go, and it's rare, isn't it, where you don't get Rio Ferdinands very often that break in as centre-halves at 18 years old. So I think this one's going to be a slow burner, but definitely one to keep an eye on. Thanks for watching. See you soon. This is a 2-part review that we're going to have where they cover the under-21s and under-18s. This is the under-18s. So, Tony, under-18s, how have they done this season?
Well, considering we're bottom of the league for the first time in our history, I would say pretty diabolical.